You're kidding me. Yes. From Yellowstone National Park, let's find out how's the hike around Shoshone Lake. Happy to be leaving all those traffic sounds behind. It is busy in Yellowstone and it's only June. Oh my goodness. But finally some amazing weather. Lucked out on this one. Talk a little bit about trip planning later because I'm at DeLacey Creek Trailhead. And on the DeLacey Creek Trail, typically you'd want to come down the other one from say Howard Eaton on the CDT. But I couldn't book it, so we'll just talk about that a little later. Just how these more popular trails, you have to kind of be flexible. That said, today to 8 and 1, which I think is called Moose something. Here, I'll flash it up. Oh, it's Moose Creek or Moose Meadow or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, 8 and 1, about 16 kilometers, 10 miles. No big deal until the very end. Once we get to the Lewis River, then it's up. You know, you have to get up at the end and kind of back up toward the Continental Divide. So that'll be kind of at the end of the day. All right. But the first part is going to be, I think, pretty quick, which is good because late start. You say Shoshone, I say Shoshone, I say Shoshone. You say Shoshone, 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 Shoshone. Let's walk the whole thing off. What a gorgeous view that is, where DeLacey Creek joins the lake. Gorgeous. First view of this gorgeous lake and an important trail intersection, which I'm going to talk about here. First of all, 8S2, half a mile. See if I can get that in for the sun. Yeah, 8S2 is half a mile down the Shoshone Lake Trail, or North Shoshone Trail, they're calling it here. I guess that's different than Nat Geo, but that's my campsite for the last night. And, well, around the Geyser Basin is where I'll be tomorrow night. That's the plan, if the Lewis River cooperates. You never know. Yeah, so obviously I'm going to have to ford, looks like, where the creek intersects the lake. That doesn't look too bad. I'm going to have a look here. Yeah, so if it's only 3.5 miles from that campsite to the trailhead, I'm looking at a short day out of here, or maybe, and you'll know already, maybe I decide to carry on back to the car. Plodding along up and down, undulations, and lots of cobwebs. Those stringers that come across the trail. So, I forgot about those. Hello, beautiful again. Back to lake level. And a nice breeze. That's good because she's hot. I think this might be a place for a little short break. Oh, look at that. Hello. Let's zoom in for you. Nice. And right down there in the middle of the frame is where I'm heading. Making a big right. Let's see what happens. Glorious break here. Crystal clear water. Red Mountains. I just wanted to get a lay of the land. Red Mountains, and then if you go across and on the other side, Heart Lake. That whole area currently closed for bear management. Just the time of year, I believe. At least I think that's what I saw. And with any luck, later in the season, be right back over there. That's a long ways away and a lot of miles to put in yet. So let's keep our fingers crossed because this is just spectacular. My goodness. I don't know if you've watched any of my West Coast Trail videos, but I'll repeat what I say there. You know, beach walking looks great. Kind of flat, right? But it's not. It's not flat, and the sand and gravel give way. It's actually quite a good workout, which, you know, I can use, no big deal. But Just set your expectations on that one. Keep an eye out for that yellow diamond. Be back inland and up, obviously up over that. Time for a little break though and rehydrate. Have a little food in the shade. Pretty sure I've started my descent toward the Outlet Patrol Cabin. And then there's a couple of campsites there for boats only. I actually tried to get them to let me have one tonight, because that's far enough. Like, I don't want to be inland where I'm going, but they wouldn't allow it, which is fine. Rules are rules. I have no problem with that. But I'm sure they'll be empty. Anyway, they looked like really good campsites. Pretty sure this is 8S1, because I can see a trail going down to the lake. This is a boat camp. This is the one I wanted for tonight, just to make an easier day of it, you know, driving and all that stuff. Cute little spot. Trees all look pretty safe, and there's your access to the lake down there. So, oh, and there's your outhouse. I'll show you that here. Yeah, 8S1, I think. I don't know, maybe there's another option for camping up there, but yeah, there's your outhouse. Cool. Here's where I turn right. Geyser Basin is where I'm heading tomorrow. Hopefully. Let's have a look at this water. Oh, the breeze feels good. Goodbye, bugs. Now, I can see a marker over there. You can't see it from here because I'm on the wrong angle, but let's go down where it's narrow. See what we're dealing with. Zoom in here for you just to show you where I'm heading. There's the marker. I can't tell you whether this is going to be the spot. I'm definitely going to get wet. Now up there it looks deeper to me. This looks shallower. This may be exploratory in nature. So, well, comes a Ford cam. She's swift. Swifty. What? Swifty? Oh, hang on. That can mean something different. Oh, that's deep. Hello. Sorry you're getting sky view because I'm looking down. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I think we got this. Shouldn't say that out loud, I guess. It's over there, but ooh, deeper here. Oh, we're wet now. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Ooh, that was I shouldn't have stopped looking down. Got deeper there. Woo! Ford number one. Well, big Ford number one. Oh, let's dry off my feet over here. Okay. Gotcha. All right. I heard this noise behind me. Coming up the Lewis River. And it was them. But, so I yelled out, hey, because I didn't know what it was. All this big noise in the water. All right, climbing now. And 2.5 miles, 4K-ish, as I mentioned. And, whoa, Mosquitoville down there. Holy crap. Now, my feet are still kind of wet. But I don't want her blisters. Which means I really can't let them get too pruny. So I might have to stop halfway. Bring them out again. Little reprieve from the uphill. And I thought I'd make a note for you. This is the CDT. Like we're walking together now on the CDT. Pretty cool. It goes up through the thermals to that Howard Eaton trailhead I mentioned, and then crosses. Goes around. And anyway, yeah, so we're on the CDT. We intersected it at the river ford. Well. Trying to find a gap for you in the trees, but not yet. Not too far from camp. Holy mosquitoes, they are swarming now. A little bit of lingering snow. And at least seems like my Picardin has worn off. I was going to bring the DEET. Oh, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Not going to make that mistake again. Here's the spur trail to camp. Yeehaw! Little sign that says no campfires. In fact, every camp I have booked on this trip says the same thing. So let's head down and find the eating area and then find a place to set up this tent far away from it. That didn't take long. There is Bear Hang, common area, and I think I see some tent pads over there. So I'm going to drop stuff here, find some water. There is a swarm of mosquitoes, apocalyptic in nature, just above my head outside my my bug netting. The rain flies off. Oh my goodness, this reminds me, the only other night I've had this many mosquitoes making that was the night Evelyn and I were at Southwest Camp, that little sink lake, after we crossed the suspension bridge on the south boundary. This is just insane. Anyway, I've been hunkered down in here under cover, and I'm going to put the tent together now and go and have some supper very, very quickly. Quick shot of the eating area with the hordes. I've set my tent up down there. You can't see it. It's quite a ways away, which is what they want, but always look up. I found a spot I really liked and then looked up and it was like, yeah, no. Even though it's not going to be a windy night. I'm not going to bore you with the walk to the water. It's actually not that far, but let me show you this beautiful water source, Moose Creek. It's a very quiet creek, so it's very quiet in the campsite. I mean, you can hear the mosquitoes buzzing above the tent. Isn't that beautiful? Oh. Yep, all right, so back for a quick supper, and I'll be heading back to the safety of my tent. I mean, it's pretty epic. And I mean, I've, been swarmed, but this is something I'm going to try to show you here when I get ready for supper next. I'm not sure if these are picking up on camera, but, nothing I do is going to show you kind of the feeling. Now listen, I'm all bundled up. Look at me. I've got black rain pants over pants. I got my stew orange. Yeah, that felt good. I look like a Halloween costume or something. Although there could be a case made for these mosquitoes and scary bugs on Halloween. I don't know, but how fast can I eat? I'm just being funny. But they're flying around. They're not biting. But wow, so many. All right, first some Lipton cup of soup, and then supper. It is time for supper, but first, I need a new hat. What do you think? Even when it's clean, it's not clean. So here's the deal. If you're watching the video this far along, give me some suggestions down below what kind of hat you think I should get. I need something that covers me, but no Tilly hats. I'm not going to explain why, just no Tilly hats. Yeah, anyway, I need something because, no wonder I'm still single. Anyway, tonight, pasta primavera. Yes, you've seen me have this already this year, but it's one of my favorites. It's so amazing. What do you bugs think? Pretty good? Holy mother. I don't even know if they're appearing on camera, but it's biblical. It's biblical. Thank you to Dwight and Kristen at Briden Solutions, bridensolutions.ca. Use the link down below. Any link, type it in, and just go and check out everything they have. They're making my summer possible. And you can just type it in the URL. You don't need a special link from me like Mountain Equipment Company or REI where I get a little, like a commission if you buy gear using my link. So, and that helps keep me on the trail. It's an easy way to support the channel. But anyway, bridensolutions.ca, awesome people. And, but there's no leisurely supper tonight. And I'm going to tell you a little quick story before I finish supper and then get ready to hunker down in the fetal position in my tent. Joey Coconato and I have been emailing back and forth for a little bit. And we're trying to get together. And I just had plans in the Idaho Panhandle in the southern Selkirks. We were going to come up Long Creek Canyon Trail, which we did. There'll be a one-nighter come out at some point about that. It was supposed to be a 6-night trip. We're supposed to go up over the pass, up down Parker Ridge and back out like a big U. Well, couple of guys come into camp, like 6 o'clock. They had attempted the same trip we were going to attempt. And they got up to Parker Ridge, and it's 4 feet of snow that they're post-holing through and a blizzard, winter conditions. And so the reason I'm mentioning that is because so Joey's up in Alberta right now. They're waiting for the snow to melt. So they're up there where I'm from. I'm down here where they've covered, and it's kind of funny. And so when I told Joey my plans had changed and I was coming around Shoshone Lake, he just wrote back, he goes, "Enjoy the mosquitoes." And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Enjoy the mosquitoes. So I'm going to enjoy some supper and let the mosquitoes enjoy, being away from me. Greetings from the bunker. Oh man, I got in here fast. And just relaxing. It is so quiet here. Like, you can't hear the creek. There's no wind. It's super, super quiet. So if you're new to this and you're out here in a place like that, like every little twig branch is going to sound like an elephant. Anyway, it's very peaceful. It's a very great day, actually. Just under 17 kilometers, which was a tiny bit more than I thought, but still just over 10 miles. No big deal. Lots of up and down, beach walking, which was kind of cool. Although, as I said earlier, not always as easy as it seems. But Shoshone Lake is gorgeous. And the Shoshone Geyser Basin tomorrow. Woohoo! I am at Geyser Basin Point campground. I'll flash that up here. And I'm excited to get to that one. In my other trips, we were going to come down through Lone Star and into that area and see Lone Star, maybe see the geyser. There's a couple of other geysers there as well. So it's a pretty cool area, fire hole, campsites and stuff. But anyway, getting to the Geyser Basin tomorrow is going to be awesome. I think I hit it around the 10K mark. Still climbing a little bit up to the Continental Divide here on the CBT, so shouldn't be a big deal. It's only 12K probably to my campsite. And if I can get there early, which is the plan, I'm going to set up and hang my food and all that kind of stuff, and then I'm going to walk back out and kind of explore the Geyser Basin a little bit. That's the plan. And if I do, of course, I'll show you, because I hope it's going to be super, super cool. It's the day I'm excited about, actually. So, and then after that, off to the other end of the lake, 6K from the car. Who knows? Anyway, you already do. That's the thing, right? Here I am going blah, 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 and you already know what's happened. And I don't. So I'm going to go to sleep and get up early, hopefully, and get an early start ahead of the heat. And so I have time to explore. So 5 seconds for you, 8 hours for me. See you then. Good morning, day 2. I'm all snuggled in here. I don't want to get up. Has it ever happened to you in camp? You're just you're just comfy. You don't want to get up, but I do want to get up because, as I just mentioned for you a few seconds ago, I'm excited to see these thermal features. So a little bit of hiking before that happens. Probably mostly in the woods, but that's okay. So not the best night's sleep. I don't know. It's almost too quiet. There were no noises though. Nothing was happening outside the tent or anything weird like that. Nothing. I was hoping to have something to, a little clip for you after I signed off there, but nothing last night. Dead quiet. So, but just kind of restless. I guess, I don't know. Just too quiet. Anyway. Gonna pack this up and try to make a quick getaway and go see the fun stuff. But first, coffee. Okay, that was an extraordinary attempt at breakfast and coffee with the hungry hordes, and I mean hordes, biblical. Wow. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Now, I'm gonna have to cross the creek, so I'm in my camp shoes. And when I get across, I'll put my boots on. I do that in the mornings. I have been contemplating changing things up, though. I'm noticing as I get older, the longer my feet are kind of wet, the more pruning I get, and then I get blisters. So might need to look at some camp shoes that are also great for water shoes, that are also light. Is it too much to ask? Well, that's a nothing burger. Let's do the fore cam. Oh! Hey, wakey, wakey. Yeah, that's a bit nippy. Oh. Now to sit over here in the hordes. And, oh yeah, that's numbing. Another campsite here, 8M2, just down that spur trail a bit. I hope you'll understand if I don't go down and have a look around. But obviously available there for horses as well. Whoopsie, sorry, make you dizzy. Well, isn't that cool? 1,000 miles on the CDT right here. Holy moly. You know, you see it on videos and stuff, but then to see it in person, that's so cool. Hard to make out on video as always, but that is a steep descent, and I've already done probably a third of it. Hello there. First signs on the trail. Pretty and clear. Need some more water. Now, let's see if we can avoid the Ford cam. As fun as it is. I hopped across that narrow spot. Look how deep that is there. Like, that's up to my bum. But you can see there used to be a bridge here, right? So when you get to these places, look around. There's lots of places to hop over where you're not going to have to go through something like that. Back down to this beautiful lake. Oh, baby. Let me pause here and put my gaiters on because it may be mucky. Oh, look at that. Did you miss me, beautiful? Oh, I missed you. Should be approaching 8T1 Basin Beach. If I was camped here, I'd be hanging out here all the time. Look at this. Oh, let's just have a look. I mean, look at down there. I want to put my tent right here. Well, I had a little break and lingered. By the way, just for the record, you cannot camp on the beach. Permit says you can't camp within 100 feet of a water source. Just wanted to point that out. Pretty sure that's the trail there, but I think this is the spur trail into the campsite. I don't see a sign. Yeah, so this is the campsite, 8T1 Basin Beach. This would be your eating area. There's your bear pole. And I guess tent pads would be maybe a little further up the way here. This should intersect with the trail, actually. Oh, there's the sign over here. Okay. Yeah, you could tent right here if you wanted to. Show you the sign. Did you see that? So yeah, 8T1. Look at this. Yeah, lots of snow lingering here in this area. I have to say, for early in the season, deadfall's been pretty good. I mean, there's been some, you know, but no big deal, really. Oh boy, hello. And you know, it's a never-ending battle for these people that come out and do trail maintenance. Completely never-ending. Coming into the thermal area, see that? That might be a tad warm if I went over there. I'm going to zoom in. Oh, brace yourself. I do believe that's the Union Geyser. Just kind of hanging out for now. not sure. These are like Old Faithful where you can kind of time them. Yeah, Union Geyser, I'm pretty sure. Won't be videoing this one. Made it across, but as I look upstream, I see probably a little more reasonable crossing. I noticed it because of this well-worn path. So when you get here, probably not this one. You can see why no off trail. Pretty sure that's Bronze Geyser right there. I can hear it bubbling, gurgling. Lots of gurgling. It's not even in there. Come on, Bronzy. Little Bulger, a Little Giant. The next two. Kind of see some steam over here. Bubbling. Oh, that was cool. One more, look at that. There's a Little Giant. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Holy mackerel. Shot there of all the thermal features here. This is cool. This is what I was excited to see. I mean, you could come in from the other trailhead, Howard Eaton, and just come down here for the day. Wow, it's a long day. I'd come down and camp. Campsites here are stunning, but wow. And yes, the smell of sulfur coming right at us. Smell that? More action over there. I mean, I am on top of a super volcano. Remember the movie 2012? I mean, yeah, that's literally what we're standing on right now. A lot. Oh, did you see that? Some activity going on over there. Yeah, a little water coming out. Very cool. You're kidding me. Yes. That was amazing. Look at this. Just look at this landscape. It's just incredible. Oh. You see why I wanted to come here and explore. Oh, buddy's gonna go off again over here. How come I'm downwind every time? intersection here I need to look at. So the North Shoshone Trail, as you can, I hope, see, just up there to my left very quickly, and then I'll make a right. But there is lake access here. This is not the lake access for the campsite I'm going to. This is just lake access. So if you're doing my trip, you're going to turn left. We're going to go up this way a bit and then make a big sweeping right. We're not far from the campsite at all. Wow, that was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? That didn't take long at all. CDT, Howe Trailhead, Old Faithful parking lot that way. Also Lone Star Geyser. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look, Lone Star Geyser, 6.3. Just swing around here. DeLacey Creek Trail. This way. As promised. Basin Bay Point, I think it's called. All right. Let's go check it out. Still walking. Oh, there's a boat over there. Somebody's at that boat camp. Very cool. That's an epic spur trail. You know, kind of just when you think you're there, right? Oh, flat spot there. Well, not really flat. Eating area. All right. Well, I'm going to skirt around, and as you know what, I always say it, then I'll show you around. Still haven't selected a tent spot yet, and I'm going to explain why. So I'll just zoom in here. See that red thing? Yeah, that red marker says to the right, the pit toilet, and to the left where they want the tents. So I went up and looked around where they want the tents, and it's one or two spots, but there's dead trees everywhere, and some of them have cracked, like literally cracked, and are like hanging over. Well, a quick tour of what camp is so far. Yeah, there's an Ursack. It's hanging as it's supposed to. Soft-sided bear container is not legal in this park. Mentioned earlier, I think, if there's a red sign, you go up that way to where they want the tents. You go that way, there's a privy. It's just a fiberglass thing that goes over a hole with a seat. Yeah, and I've already mentioned this. I won't belabor it, but up there where they want you to have the tents, there's a bunch of dead trees. In fact, one's cracked and kind of just hanging. And then even over here where you're kind of tucked out of the way, I mean, you're not far enough from the bear hang, but you know, you're kind of tucked out of the way. Similar situation. So I'm having a really tough time today picking about, where to camp. I mean, honest to God, if I was on the north or south boundary in Jasper, the campsite would be right here anyway. LaGrosse, anyone? I mean, seriously. Only steps from camp. Look at this piece of paradise. Holy moly. Well worth the 600-meter spur trail, I think it was. Oh, look at this. If it was legal, my tent would be right there. I'm not going to do it. But I will come out here and have my supper and sit right there. That means my eating area will be far away from camp. Look at this. Shoshone Lake. Gentleman out there in his boat fishing. And right there in the middle of the frame is... He's over in that campsite I think I showed you earlier, just right over there. Now, kind of in the center of the frame. Some boat campsites on this lake, which is just great. So, yeah, this is where I'll be eating my supper and spending most of my time this afternoon. Relaxing. Enjoying this bug breeze and this view. Wow. What a glorious afternoon I've had. I just want to check in with a bit of trip planning. Not much to share, but I do want to tell you a story about why this is the third time I'm attempting to do the loop around Shoshone. So we'll get to that in a sec. Trip planning's easy. DeLacey Creek like I did, or you're at Old Faithful, you come down to Howe, and you come down the CDT and you're at the thermals, camp overnight, go right back out if you want. I mean, it certainly is an overnight, like a one-nighter. But I did want to do the loop because it had been on my radar for a while and tried to do it last year. By the way, you could also day hike this if you wanted to. I met a family that was in the campsite earlier today, actually. I'm like, hello. They were kind of turned around. So listen, you can get turned around out here, even on a day hike. So I was a little concerned. I'm still a bit concerned. Like, I hope they found it because I gave them directions and showed them. But like getting back, like I hope they can find their way out. It's easy to get turned around in here, especially if you're a day hiker and you're just not experienced yet at being out in kind of farther off places. And there's a lot of trail intersections here, so it can get confusing. Anyway, I thought this might be another Skokie Loop, because last year when Scott and I were down to do Bighorn Pass and Electric Pass, we ended up doing Bighorn Pass and Fawn Pass because of snow levels, and then we had some time to kill. So we're like, well, what are we going to do? So we did 7 Mile Hole. But also booked was a tour of Shoshone. Not the loop, but a tour of it. We would have seen all this stuff today, and we ended up being unable to do it, and we had to make other plans. So later in the summer, I was here, and I staged it, and I was like ready to go. And I had my permits and everything, and I leave West Yellowstone, and I'm driving out, and there's a buffalo jam. If I have pictures, I'll put it up. Buffalo everywhere, bison, whatever you want to call them. And finally, a ranger comes, and he herds them with his F-150, and I mean, he was going at them fast. I was like fascinated by this. Road cleared, off we go. I get just get past Old Faithful, I get very close to where I need to be. Construction, paving. And they got one of those lead cars that takes traffic down one way, brings traffic back. So I'm like 50 feet from the trailhead. I'm the second car in line, and there's a flag person there. And I opened the window. I said, hello, excuse me. Would you mind if I went around you and just into that trailhead? She stopped me. No, you'll have to wait. Like, but I'm going backpacking. I just want to park my car. No, you have to wait. Like, she got really annoyed at me. I'm like, hey, I'm out here to have fun. And so finally the traffic moves, and I go in, and there's nowhere to park. The construction crew have been using it to dump leftover asphalt. They had all kinds of other stuff in there. They had a trailer and a crew truck, and there was nowhere to park. So I quickly went back to Old Faithful Visitor Center. No backcountry person there. Well, what am I going to do? And the reason I was worried is because my parking permit for my car said Howard Eaton Trailhead. And I'm not experienced here yet. I've been getting more this year, of course. I don't know what's okay and what's not. So I have to go all the way back to West Yellowstone, and it's lunchtime for the backcountry office. So I wait around for like 45 minutes, finally get in. Oh, you could have parked here. I forget, what did she say? Lone Star? Is there a parking spot for Lone Star? Yeah, a big one. You could have parked there. I'm like, but it doesn't say that. But no, but you could have parked there. I'm like, it's not their fault. And they didn't know that the Howard Eaton lot had been eaten up by construction stuff. So by that time in the day, it was like looking at my watch going, you know what? I'll do this another time. And this is the other time. So long story, but what else have I got to do while I'm out here? Except talk to you. Anyway, tomorrow, going to head back east, going to head toward DeLacey Creek Trail. When I get to my camp, which is kind of a boat and hiker camp, I'll see if it's great. If it's great and it's not too late and there's a wind to keep my friends at bay, then I'll stay. If I get there and I'm like feeling great and it's early and, I'm looking at the mosquito situation, unless it's a 5-star campsite, then I might just say, you know what, I'll head back to the car. But I have flexibility. So it's great. No pressure. Don't have to be anywhere quickly tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. By the way, I've been down at the beach and doing this here because I don't think you'd hear me. But we will be back down at the beach for supper, which is next. Wouldn't it be great if you were here to join me? Well, at the very least, enjoy the scenery. It's a wrap on day 2, and as you can see, I'm hunkered down in the screen. Had a great day, great afternoon. The wind came up. I spent some time on the beach, went back exploring, totally relaxing. Got up early, got in early, 12.5K-ish, just over 7.5 miles. So not a big day. And I was out early, like I said. And once I got out of the woods and started to get some views again, the spirits pick up. So it was pretty cool. Went back and explored. Didn't see anything better than I showed you, but it was really nice to just kind of have a kind of a chill afternoon. About 12 kilometers tomorrow to DeLacey Creek campsite, and then I have a decision to make. It'll be 6K to the car from there, and let's just see what time it is and how I feel. If it's a 5-star campsite and the wind's up again, chances are I'll stay and just enjoy the lake because it's really, really stunning. But let's play it by ear. Let's see what happens. What's going to happen now is I'm going to watch that view, do a little reading, and listen to the wildlife. They're all calling. It's that time of night. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. What a morning. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's just gorgeous. All the waterfowl are... Oh, speaking of which, hello fellas. Right on cue. All the waterfowl are making noise. And look over here, I'll zoom in and see if I can get you. There it is, thermals. Look, thermal feature right across the lake. Isn't that cool? Wow. Anyway, had a great sleep for the most part, except the fact that the moon, I think I put a picture up, I hope it turned out, the moon was like blasting. So I'm up early too to try to get some nice breakfast in before my visitors arrive. So let's have that coffee, breakfast, and let's see what happens. Thank you to 8R5. It was a glorious day yesterday and a great evening last night under the glaring moon. Oh man, it was bright. It was really awesome. Now the spur trail. Oh, look at that. Isn't that something? Back up to the intersection. Nice little good morning climb out of there. All right. Yeah, okay. Hard to miss this marker. Yeah. Cool patrol cabins down there. And yeah, we're not far from that 8R3, but interesting. Here's the intersection to Cove, 8R3. Just down that way. Bluff top intersection, a little further east. And just like that, in a flash. There it is. Actually, there it is. 8R2. Bluff top. A little further along here, and hopefully won't be too long before I head down to the lakeshore. Back to the lake. Oh, baby. Something to see. I mean, forest walking is great, but that's a lot of it. So I've done about 9.5 kilometers without a break. Look at this area. It looks perfect for a break. I mean, what do you think? Would you stop here? I know I am. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Yeah, time for a break. Always look behind. Oh, it's not marked. Not marked. Well, somebody put a P, I think. Can you see that? This is the trail up to Pocket Lake. And be a nice side excursion if you were just staying down here a little ways at one of these campsites. This is Coyote. Let's have a look here at this sign on the side. 8S3. Let's have a look here. I see something. Mileage? Nope, toilet. That way. Well, it could be important. Yeah, okay, so Coyote's just down there. Next milestone, campsite I have booked for the night, which is called DeLacey Creek, which is backpacker and boat. And that's not too far off. DeLacey Creek Camp. Oh, look at this gorgeous thing. 8S2. Supposed to be the evening for stew. I'm not going to do it. Sorry, I will stop. I'll stop. Wow. Okay, I'm going to actually take a break here and ponder. I'm going to be honest with you. It's 11:12 a.m. And I had a gorgeous day yesterday. But this is, so far, this is a 5-star campsite. It all comes down to the tent pads. So let's go see where that is. Just coming out of the eating area, there's a sign there that says toilet that way. Looks like a tent pad here, a couple tent pads over here. Yep, there's the place. Looking up. Don't see any bad trees except this little fella, but he's not going to hurt much. Yep, tent pad there. Another one over here. Ooh, this is a nice one, isn't it? Yeah, she's a beauty. This is, wow. This is a great campsite. This is right up my alley. Wowie, wowie, wow. And the breeze. Everything I said I'd want. Wow. Sorry, I mean, really, this is a stunning campsite. Oh, decisions, decisions, decisions. Seriously, mark this one down. You want to come down to DeLacey Creek, Ford, and come here. This is one of the finest campsites I've ever seen, ever, anywhere. And I'm leaving. No, come on, it's like 11:20. And I had a nice break and took in the nice breeze. If it was 1:20, of course I'm staying. But 11:20, you know, you think to yourself, what am I going to do? Like, just relax. Well, I did that yesterday. So this gives me an extra day because I have other plans coming up, which you'll see. But yeah, at this point, this early, it's time to push on. At least for me. Big fort here. I'm gonna leave the boots on. Here comes the fort cam. It's gonna get deep. Super deep. Not too bad here. Sinking in though. Woo. Yeah, we're wet now. Oh. Get to that intersection and we'll try some things off. Hi. Some day hikers down for the day. Nice to see. Gorgeous day for it. And then we look at the payoff. Some boot drying to do. Might as well stay on the beach, I guess. Live and learn. Lots of day hikers. Awesome. See what I mean? 3 miles. So I just passed some more day hikers, and the guy at the front had a bear bell on. I'm going to tell you right now the truth. I didn't hear that guy. See that stump right up there? I didn't hear that guy until he was there. Ding, da-ding, da-ding, da-ding. Check out my Backpacking 101 series and look up the bear deterrent video. Bear bells, public service, bear bells are a placebo. They stop you from calling out with your human voice and making lots of noise. And they give you a false sense of security. Bear bells are useless. Don't buy them, don't use them, don't rely on them. Anyway, I just had to share that because it's so prevalent now and so relevant in the backcountry. About 400 meters from the trailhead. I can also tell because I'm starting to hear traffic, which is a good sign when you're finishing up. So we will finish up. Find out how's the hike next. All right, let's wrap it up across the road. Well, Shoshone Lake, 3rd time's the charm. It was great, epic. Listen, if you're gonna do this, a lot of forest walking, a lot of mosquitoes, be prepared, they're no big deal. If you're wearing stuff, they'll swarm around you and then they just leave you alone because they can't land and bite you. So just kind of tune them out. Oh, the thermals. Worth every step. That was amazing. And this last campsite, 5 stars. If I did it again, I'd come in from the other trailhead, as I mentioned before, come down and play in the thermals for a day, come over to that campsite I showed you today, and then come out here. If I had 2 vehicles, if it was a bunch of us, that's great. If not, just hitchhike. So, and I would avoid the woods walking, although very cool to see the 1,000 mile marker of the CDT. That was like, wow, I get to see that. It was very, very cool. So yeah, how's the hike? Epic. First multi-night trip of the year. Supposed to be 3 nights. I shortened it to 2. And now it's time for a shower. Thanks for watching. Questions and comments, leave them below. We'll see you next time.